So there's a lot of disease. I think women get diseases like the inflammatory disease a lot more. Man, this life, this world is, it's not my place. I love the birds and the trees. I love the potential that's here, you know. I love all of creation, really, the things that are going on, but the way that the human ecology has been set up now, the way that it's operating, it's really hard to explain what I'm looking at, and I'm going to probably try and explain it for the rest of my life in a very non-personal way. But we talk about it already. It's nothing that I've not been talking about. As have been talking about the fact of enlightenment. See, I just pardon me, I'm listening to my chickens. Just today, I keep making breakthroughs, and it's really in accordance to the amount of pain and suffering that I'm going through. Just looking at something. Um, of course, we are transferring upon each other something that goes much more beyond than just the obvious. We are embodying. We have DNA, and then it's like the memory of the organism and all of its like kind of its programming and some people are more sensitive to some things than others, and I'm doing the man and woman thing, which I'm not enjoying it at all. Here I am, Mars ruled, um, and then 5 planets under Venus rulership. I'm very Venetian, to tell you the truth, and when Venus is in Virgo, and I choose to analyze things to detail and look at it, and I try not to be very critical of my mates. Needless to say, I'm not very easy to please, but I'm not unpleasable. I mean, in a lot of things, I mean, it really is just I don't know, man. What I've been going through lately has not been um, a walk in the park. It's not as simple as just um, what you think. But anyway, getting back to the intelligence level of some people. So if see, this is so hard to describe. I don't like the subject matter because what is it? Um, our concern. Um, I'm not that. I'm not an unconscious person. We are being subjected here to something that is kind of unconscious, and I look at it, and even in me, right, it's like, well, why do I take this in? Why do I accept it? A lot of times, and no, you finally let it get to you, but it's like, basically, no, I'm just wearing these clothes, and I'm picking up on things. I'm not saying that I'm not handy dandy with anything, really. I need to get more handy dandy with my life, and I think it's where I'm at. What's coming up is just I'm gonna start getting to be known in my community. I just want to go door to door, and I don't have any help with anything really. I don't really have people that are authentically wanting to push me up. Like even if I am a 49-year-old woman, and it's like, well, would you like us to help you make flyers to put on the doors at your neighbor's place where you think they want their weeds done? See, the thing is a lot of people don't really want their weeds done. They like to see the green. They like to see the greenery. That's what I like to do. I call it green fill, but I don't have any on the weeds on the ground, the stuff that they want you to cut away. And then some people are allergic to those kinds of grasses. I don't know. There's a lot of they cause burrs in people's eyes and stuff. I mean, cat's eyes and your dog's eyes. Different burrs. You should cut them down. And I don't know. I guess I'm priding myself if you trip out of my yard, I don't have a single bit of the grasses and weeds that they're all growing around me. But I do have tons of the rose bushes that are filling in, and that's my greenery. But I have I know I probably explained it before, and I'm just firing off energy here. I don't know. See, I think a lot of us are like this, that we don't know what to do with ourselves, to put ourselves into society and just like, God, I wish I could find out what to do. For money, right? You put something, you put your energy into, and see, the thing is, money isn't hooked up to a very good vibrational frequency when it comes to people. You know, like, I remember, and I hate to sound like this too, because I'm not really somebody who can't get along. This is such a fucking hard life. And I'm pretty sure that there's only one passage for mankind, supposedly, but really everybody's involved, not just man. There's only one way. There's only one way, and the only one that can get that way, like, out of how trapped it's getting. And nobody feels trapped, right? But really they're behaving in ways that says, no, look, that's it right there. Those people are fucking miserable, and they think they're on top of shit. See, the people that think they're on top of shit, where I'm at, you know, they could be a business owner. I mean, really, I haven't got good vibes from them. Well, I mean, sorry, but residentially, when you know, it's all there. They are in their neighborhood. Um, they're not happy. They don't care who you are, especially if you're. See, what I'm dealing with is where I'm at. Oh God, this needs to be acknowledged more that it could be happening. I'll get through this. I feel so much turmoil, and it's because of associating with people that are actually living their lives like that. I think, and they transfer it into you, and they want you to be the one to just take care of it all. You know, because they can't act up. They can't just go get in somebody's face and say, you know what, no, actually, and I'm not putting up with this anymore. I think you need to just absolutely stop trying to control me. You know, and they try to get other people, like I said with that last video, which was pretty dramatic. But that's what will happen. It's like, well, okay, so people won't take care of it themselves, and they transfer it onto other people, and they get a message on top of everything else that's happening that just says to go ballistic, go take care of it, go and get in their face for me, without even asking. See, I wanted to point out that it's happening because it's called the dark triad. Insert. It's a control influence, namely money, is creating people into being black magicians across the board, kind of a thing. Very shades of gray there, and but no, it's if you see what I see and what I'm talking about, what I just went through in early February. Just I know that I'm going through something, and really everybody's like, and how do you purge this? And you're looking at it, and the ecology is. I'm sorry, I guess. I mean, ask me to get out of where I am. I wish I could just up and jump and run, and I will, though. I will. I'm gonna try to do something though. First, I don't think it's to set flyers up and try and cut people's weeds and just to make a bill. Um, Something else needs to happen in my community, and it has to happen also. It needs to, if anything, it would happen here, and it would ripple out. Because what happens is all of this stuff comes from around and comes here. But if it was known that it was happening here, that this kind of thing was being looked into, it was being held to the light, it's being sorted out, you know. But see, this is the thing that I'm facing. What I'm saying is that we can change things really quick. I bet you anything I know how to go to court, and I know what exactly we need to set down the court. It's the same place where Jesus left off. But not one person makes this sacrifice. They say, no, we don't have much else to do. You want me to go to jury duty, but really I want to be heard. I want all my cases to be put up that really it's actually somebody else being fearful of me and they're ratting on me and then they do get me in trouble because what? And the laws change. And pretty soon those laws don't even exist now. The reason why I was in there. And really you should have put them in there because they had more on them and they would have anyway. Just there's a lot of personal I bet you anything. There's a ton of personal cases you can look into and say, no, actually, that was a raw deal. Yeah. Ah, they're just trying to rip us off there. Hit and miss, right? People trying to make a quota. If it's just a speeding ticket or something like that, it's like, come on now, sometimes, right? Just, taking your money, maybe, But talk about reform, like really, where did it get us? All we learn is that we don't get heard too, especially now. I'm talking about recently with some of the officials. I tried to make it official, and go through the officials, but no, it's what it is, Shauna, is that you're opening up the biggest case that would change the world right here. Yep. Identify who are these people that give us a reactive abuse when we pipe up and say, "Excuse me, you should not have done that. No, 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 wrong, wrong, wrong." They just call the sheriff and say, "Shut them up," and then they'll mob on you, 9-on-1. Not even knowing that, babes, see, this is the thing, that this is what I'm hurting. It's very real to me. It's like, I'm trying to be strong here, but guess what? I don't have anybody. I'm left here alone. I'm sitting here alone. This is a vulnerable fucking video. I'm not saying, oh, I'm afraid of one person coming in here. It's already happened. I've already been attacked, like, from the inside out. Trying to hollow me out at my soul and just will not let me have my life. That's basically it. They don't really care for you. If they did, there would be a better sign of it. They collect information. Who are they? Did you see my last videos with this shirt on? I was adamant in trying to tell you in one long video where I got really emotional, right? Because I'm not being treated very well. I'm being transferred upon very unconsciously. Like I said, how about that phenomena of people just, it's energetic. They don't acknowledge your human side, for one, and then they'll rattle your cage with some unfairness, maybe, and then they're like, okay, and have a nice day. That's their favorite thing to say. Have a nice day. Well, then you just have a nice day. We know it's our responsible to have a nice day, but we have to get away from you first. But what they're doing is transferring all this stuff that really, how do you work it out? Just transfer it on somebody else, and then somebody else says, well, I'm going to go kick their ass for you, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't even have to be a direct, like, well, no, then I'll fucking do it. No, it's just a complete, like, you know what, I think, actually, it transfers. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to go and just throw a fucking Molotov cocktail into that person's window because they should not have tried to oppress my speech and that reactive abuse and blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? This is Mars and Aries coming on, where not everybody is going to be divine. Really, it's probably the most divine thing you'll ever see. People are just not putting up with it anymore. Just reaching back and absolutely cold cocking, fucking not cold cocking. Cold cocking means you're an asshole and you can't face what's there. Just right in their face, just spontaneously, when you see there's an arrogant person there that thinks they're going to get away with being an asshole and have a nice day, smack them in the fucking face. Guess what will happen? They call the police. This is what the fuck happened to me. And then they take a report on the one who got smacked in the face. It's like, well, yeah, well, you thought you were right there. It's weird. It's like, really, the police are kind of like that. They don't respect any both of you. Not at all. Why am I talking about this? Well, Mars rules martial law. Aries is like the warrior, the marshal, the drill sergeant. And if you want to know the most divine um, kind of these people, really, no, they know what it takes to just get your ass on the right track of just doing it till the elevator, make the elevator go all the way to the top. Think, be efficient. Hut do, and boy, God, does that ever work? Does it? Just being completely forceful and masculine, and it's like you're not even really even doing anything but walking in a fucking square. It's like, fuck. Put that energy into taking care of something on Earth that's worthwhile than your fucking egos. And what else do you do there in the barracks, huh? Oh, fuck. Press record. A bunch of fucking dick whackers. Good for you. What? And I'm here to tell you right now. In the solar system, more like intergalactically, just in a tribe of apes called the bonobo apes, they're so harmonious there. There isn't any violence because they don't allow sexual contact with those kinds of people that are doing the hut 2, 3, 4 without a fucking blade of grass around them, and they can't take care of a single bit of fucking life. But their own dick whack, they don't breed with them. They turn their backs on them and say, "Excuse me, you need to be able to get more intelligent than that, and do not think you can break in here and breed. You don't breed with us. That's all. Go ahead and, well, I don't know, do whatever you want to do, but don't ever think." And this is just what happens with some tribes. There's a tribe here, woman ruled, and there's. I'm not even into this. I am not even into even men or women. The real thing that's the ruler, and what really is the thing. I'll try to explain it so that you can get this cool and fucking explain it. It's really the sensitive part of the fucking organism that is able to get into detail more, and they pick up. And if you want to call that intelligence, yes, that's what we're talking about. The ability to pick things up on a detailed level, electronically. If you want to call the nerves electronic, fuck. Men can be this way too. They are conscious of how they move around something. That when they touch something, they actually feel it. They can feel it without feeling it, right? We see people that are confused about all of that too. It's like it's there, but it's not really. What is really going on with some people, babe? Do you fucking look at it? See, some people just hurt you on purpose. They will. They're playing a game of just killing your nerves. See, that's what gaslighters are doing, and that's what highly abusive people are doing. They think that they'll make you smarter by hitting and whacking and causing you this kind of stress. That needs to end. No. They say, oh, through stress and struggle. It's like, no, no. Try an art form that challenges you to get better. That's all. It's bad enough that when you get on the guitar and it's like, oh, I can't reach that chord, and it's like, just keep doing it. You're gonna get blisters. Don't put it down because it's not instantly gratifying. You're not going through the challenge, and see, that's where we have a better civilization than the one who just says, fucking whips you for what? Is there an art form or a skill that you're after there? Really? Really? And no, you don't do that if it's a real live tool, a higher learning tool that they are holding. The only punishment that comes about is just having not learned it. You notice you're not going off with the other kids and playing the same games, right? Find out what you like. Really, it's not about the other kids, it's about how you feel. And boy, hasn't it gotten hard nowadays. See, I know for a fact that my generation, we have to step up and say, excuse me, no, these people aren't really having fun. The ones that are using stencils and getting into AI, rather than the ones who have hands-on, they know how to sing, they know how to dance, they know how to just like look at each other. I'm a musician, so I go there, but what about the cooking? What about the gardening part? Yes, the same kind of thing. It's an art form. If you do it wrong, you can't just do it wrong and keep handing it over to people. Say, here, I made something good. Isn't this great? No, the experience alone is going to speak for itself. What's my point? Oh, this needs to come out and say, no, we're here and you can't delete us just because we're having better fun than you are. And if it's really a split and there's two different types of people like that and it's happening, it's like people that are more sensitive how is that going to look? You know what I mean? People will just be more gravitating towards it. And that's where I'm tripping out. It's like, you know what, for me, I can't afford to not raise my vibrational frequency to something more authentic. And you know what, I can't be authentic without saying, you know what, I have the ability to just fucking trigger out and fucking just completely fucking I'm heading towards a low. I need support. Please love me because might not be able to do it today very well. And I don't think I should be left alone with that. No. We're just like little babies here learning how to take care of each other. And why can't I have that in my life authentically? They say, give it to yourself, Shauna. Oh, God. If you're following me for any amount of time, here I am going to the help center. No. Change your vibrational frequency. Try to get out there huh? Friend? 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 Is that the answer for me? Friends? God. Comment section down below. Are you, are you comfy with your surroundings? I'm sorry, I guess I'm just not. And I'm trying, I'm thinking, no, it's not really the environment, it's the human ecology. What are you going to do, Shauna? What do you got around you? None. I have no human ecology around me. I'm tired of being alone here. I'm tired of it. What has been coming and just, it's an energetic beat on me. It's like, whoa, we can't get better. It's really just a dumping place here. A dumping and then a feeding place. I'm not going to take care of your fucking business that you actually should get in people's faces and wrap that shit up over there. And I'm having to deal with such bad energy. I really need something else better. I think that there could be something completely better and different vibrationally for me that just, I pray to God I have been, if you're listening to me, babes, it's Aries who has had enough of something. It's just humanity that has had enough. And going through the protractor of every other sign's dark night of the soul, their version of understanding what Pluto is doing in Aquarius really is just how it's just going to keep. See, some people are not going through it at all an awakening. They might, but see, this is the problem: is they don't communicate. There isn't anything communicating out of a lot of people, and it's just, you want to stay in the 1940s? Some people are like that. I tripped out on this one chick who she just devastated now, and it's because you didn't get out of the 1950s, where your parents were running this shit on you, and the time that they were born. Now she's born in the 80s, and it's like you never just it's like this. What they talk about is a vibrational frequency coming out of a radiator, but what is it? See, they talk about the reptilian that just carries on through memory, and it's really a dark memory. It's like, why did you think that that would ever work? It's the same shit you're trying to run. That's insane. It doesn't work, and those traditional values are a cage. It's ridiculous. The kids are actually wondering, what? As long as you're having fun, and it doesn't look like anybody is. They're wondering, huh? As long as you're having fun, daddy, mommy, and they're just confused. Fun means this, and it doesn't happen. Like and subscribe. I am. I deserve love in my life. I deserve to be recognized as like the possibility of something great, right? And I know that sounds so pathetic. Shauna, get it in you. Can you get it in you? Can you muster it up all the way to the top? Feel the love for yourself up all the way. There you go. Now what? Well, see, what I think is that I have to just, right? You just say fuck the world and you stay miserable? What I mean, no, I'm not miserable. Did you like my new take on the word miserable? Miser. I'm not miserable. Nope, I know how to give. See, narcissists, they think, they project on you that you're doing something wrong when you give. Just freely. And they're kind of like, and they don't get it. They're like, and it's weird, and they don't get it. It's like, it's because you get more back. Tenfold, it's just, oh, there isn't, I just, and some eggs, this woman took the eggs from the street, and 10 more eggs were laid, and I have another dozen, and I have 4 left. I'm gonna go give another, and I'm gonna give another dozen eggs away. I'm just gonna give them away. And when I was putting the eggs to get ready to give them away, because I have yet to take it up there, I'm going to take it up there in the evening. Some people will be walking in the evening, and in the morning they might see it too, and that's when it'll stay cool. I put ice on it. When I was putting those eggs in the carton, I had so much joy and enthusiasm in me. And when I saw that the eggs were taken, because what happened was I set them out like the same time last night, and they were there in the morning at 10:30 when I left this morning. So I stopped my car, and I have this attitude, babe. I was like, okay, so if this is not this is what this neighbor's about hood is about, is he ignoring me and giving these eggs away? It's not about me. It's about this opportunity. You have eggs and the whole thing. Just I was gonna take it and just smash them all on the ground, and put like a cross there. There's your Christ sacrifice, so that may continue to. But instead, see, I looked over. I noticed first of all that the little ice packets that I had put on top and the bottom were still keeping it cool, and it was still cool. And I looked over and I saw a woman walking her dog way down at the end of the street. And so I just adjusted it. I thought, well, since they're still cool, I'll let them sit, and I won't do the Mars and Aries trigger act like, there now. What do you have of me? Sometimes, really, those kinds of acts are good. You know, it brings people closer together. They're like, oh my God, and please, blah, blah, blah. And, don't wait till it's too late. Act now. No, I just left it there. And then when I got back from getting my water, I think it was that woman. She took the eggs. She probably was the first one to walk down that way or something, or she saw them or something. And she saw who it was. Maybe I hope. She saw, oh, that's a woman? She looks like she's just a fucking cool person. I think I'll take her eggs. She took them home. I hope that every single one of them was good. I know how to, I keep track, I don't just give people anything. And I even put a sign that says, use your eyes to see. I was trying to explain, and I did explain on another video while I was preparing the first set of eggs, the profound lesson behind that, the egg. The egg. Looking into the so-called Easter, like what the profound lesson is, babes, you have your own faculties to have an experience. You have a profound responsibility to your own faculties. It's your freedom there to figure out, how do you tell if an egg's bad or not without cracking it? You can't tell if it's bad by looking at it. But there's several ways that you can tell. One of the ways I know is that if it starts to float, if it floats, it's probably a bad egg. It's got too many gases in it. The thing is that most of the store eggs are probably doing that, but no, the really healthy ones are sinking at the bottom, and they're staying close to the bottom. They're not even raising up. Another way is, well, you can spin them. You try to spin it, and they don't spin right away. They'll slow themselves down and stop before it even goes a whole spin. They just don't spin. If it's bad and getting crowded up in there, you can spin it. You can spin a hard boiled egg like crazy. Um, and another way is simply you get another see-through container, crack the egg in it, and you look at it. Now, doesn't everybody know what a good egg looks like? It's the same for everybody. Now, this is the truth. See, this is what I'm pointing it at. And it's the same for everybody. The truth is the same for everybody. And how you get there is the same for everybody. You have to use your own faculties. It's the same for everybody. And you do not blame somebody for giving you a bad egg. First of all, if they keep giving you 12 dozen bad eggs, fuck yeah, right? Then you just think that they're doing that on purpose, babes. You know what I mean? And it's rude. Have you ever see this is anybody that owns chickens knows this. It's like you can get kind of crack happy, right? And you think you're just gonna crack and put it in that cookie mix that you have ready, and you're just gonna not look. Oh no, it could be, I mean, it could be a nightmare. Is that a chicken floating around in there, or is it halfway? See, I don't get to that point, well, no, I've been doing this 12 years, and there has been times where I'm like, oh no, I should have fucking checked. Well, that's my fault for not checking first, period. You do not blame the farmer or anybody, not really. Like I said, if it's like this, oh my God, this person is handing out nothing but bad eggs. No, see, another way you can check is you get a candlelight in the dark and you put it next to there, and if it's all like beautiful pink, pinkish, beautiful, it's not all forming a fetus or anything in there. There's many ways, but see, you have to get very keen on all of that, and nobody else really shows that to you, but you, maybe they do. I don't know. I showed myself every single way of that. Say, oh, notice this, notice that. Just notice it, babes. Pay attention. There's such a thing as an original thinker, and somebody who does things originally. See, um, it means that they find something, and it doesn't have to be. It's like just like you find how to tie your shoe, you find out how to tie a bow on your own. Nobody showed you. See, the difference is like the thing is people won't know that you're an original thinker. They won't understand your triumphant feel that you have done it yourself. You'll be like, look what I can do. And they're like, everybody knows how to do that. It's like, no, you don't understand. Nobody showed me this. But everybody showed them. And see that, but that's how their life is. Everybody's like, no. And it's like, no, I'm getting it. And they do it a different original way. You can see there's many ways, a style that they spin off with it. And anyway, eh, the original thinker is doing stuff like that, and plus coming up with stuff that everybody will copy later on because it's just fucking cool. Thanks for listening to this. I'm going through a fever. It's Mars. Humanity might be feeling something. I wish I could take better care of myself according to who I am, really how I am. I need special care. I'm gonna beg for mercy. Really, I'm asking for my guides and my guardians, and I think they're trying to help me. I just went through something so painful. I don't like it. It has to do with just a very unfortunate situation. I tried the best to bring it all up on the table and say, damn, there's all of these issues that we need to just shrink it down through communication. Can you see the two things that might be happening? And it's interesting because, um, yeah, there is a human need, right? People want love. It's being mixed up. It's so mixed up because we want food too. But what is money doing for us? Like I said in my last video, and this is a long video, babes, but I think I'm making myself clear. I'm sorry. This is what's going on. Um, if you listen to Tesla, first of all, he's a man, and we're not going to get very far with that. And I'm not a biased person, but I know what I'm saying with that. You have to include that there's another fucking intelligence here. Also, there's the organism has two here, and they make up one possibility of there being a human being here. Hasn't happened yet. But what Tesla, and you need to look at this. I mean, you see, you might be the kind of person that has never accessed their creative life enough to know what contribution is really just being like a tree that does what it does naturally, and then when it's at a certain point, its natural thing is just to shed its fruit, and it would be a waste to not do that. But human beings are the same way. They're here to do something very beautiful and specific, and they're not. Are they able to get into that place? And then what is the success here story here? Jesus, do you have a success story? Is that the success story, you fucking goddamn Christians? Don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You people are atheists, by the way, who you do constantly kill the Christ, right? And you think that it should be a certain way, like what? No sex? Don't. Let's not pay attention to that. I don't know. It's just like, really, what's the church doing? What are women up to? Another thing here is minute, and I'm not a biased person, but see, I represent that side, but it's hard to because it's like I can't relate with them that don't have their own orgasm. They're not achieving that with their mates. They're not having a good time. It's one of those things. Well, do not. You reproduced with it? Is that what's going on out there? Did I try to tell you about the simple thing that just an ape could figure out? It's like you don't reproduce with the ones that can care less about your quality of life. Theirs really ultimately. They're just gonna run through it. No, that's a stupid one. You want to set them way over there. Can't really, no patience, can't really figure it out, isn't really concerned, can't pay attention. All of those things are needed to learn anything else of any worth, of any value, of any kind, complicated. Like to even hold on to a good concept and work it. Getting back to like and subscribe, please. We are heading into some gnarly fucking times when Mars sextiles Pluto, and I'm not saying, oh, I'm just going to do this. No, I'm trying to go the other way, and I am going to go the other way. Like I said, I'm not going to ask to cut everybody's weeds here. I'm going to get on the community thing already, and I'm going to keep pushing my concept because it's not real. It is real. This is what's needed. We need to define what the split is about, and I'm saying it's not gender isolated. Although that's what you have to say. You have to say although it's prominent in men that they are so caught up in their minds about something, they are susceptible to the mind. That's just a fact. What it's called is psychological weakness. See, the woman has the opposite. She is psychologically strong. Right when I said that, I didn't even get halfway through. I feel the jealousy of every one of these fucking. They're out there. It's 80%. It's outnumbering. It's forcing things into into happening. It's got an idea and it's gonna force stuff. It doesn't even see, well, maybe move it over this way and move it that way. Just boom, it doesn't hit a Goldilocks zone or anything. Hit like and subscribe, babe. I'm not against you as a big old burly fucking football watching, beer drinking. Yes, I am. You're not even watching this, by the way. You guys don't want that. The narcissists that glom onto the empaths that not only sing the music and make the movies and sit alone and lick their wounds. Um, they come here and watch this stuff, but you're not liking it because it's hard information. You rather dislike it. Pick one little thing. I don't take that personally anymore. Never. Really, it's easy. It's watch out for that trigger. See, I think that now that Mars is going into Aries, I, as a Marsville person, am going to be able to just go, fuck it. No more triggering for me. No more saying, this and that, look and that. No, all of the collective now, all of the collective is going to be handling their fucking fire. That just Mars is like, is right now saying, all right, now, you didn't notice that you were giving too much in the area that you find, like if you have Mars right now in Aries going through your second house, Aries in the second house, um, you're a little bit reckless with your finances. You were giving too much there. You have to look at what time you were born, what time of day you were born. I was born while Aries is rising. I'm an Aries rising, first house. It's going through my first house. total alivening of my entire physical body and who I am and my being. It's just very Aries. It's with the Mars there. It's gonna look a little Martian. You're gonna see. It's like, oh my God, she's now. And what I've gone through with the Loveless Society and the less skilled and the less sensitive. See, every woman is like this though. She has a male masculine side in her that she stays strong, and it needs to be able to stop being strong. It's the same with men. They need to go into the soothing zone, and that's where the woman, her and his feminine side is. They both need to nurture each other this way. I can't see doing it any other way. I know that I've been doing something all my life, and I think I can be loved, and I can be loved. It's never been always peaches and cream. What I'm looking at, I was trying to tell you, babes. It's like, why is it so hard now? I didn't ever have problems until I really needed help. See, one time before, I ended up that I just lost my job and everything, and I ended up homeless with a guy. He, he thought it was amazing because he was up here, and it's like, no, dude, we're not cabbing out. It was a great experience. He was amazing, but he would never be the one that said, okay, now I'm going to get us a place to rent, right? I mean, and I think that he was just extremely enlightened. He was seeing what was happening, and he was like, the food is getting shitty, so he was doing a real good job at catching at deer hunting. Wild story, I know, but that was the best meat. I wouldn't eat any other meat when that was happening. That's how I was able to quit meat altogether. It's like when I got to start eating it again, I got sick, and every bit of it, God told me, "Don't eat this; you will get sick," and I did. And it's like I would definitely eat the meat that guy was catching, and he did catch some quails. The quails in the areas away from here that are a little bit lower, but on the control road, for whatever reason, they're different style quail. They're a little bit bigger. They have a big quill too, but he caught like 6 of those, and I remember they make a very small amount of meat, but 3 together between the two of us, it was so good. It was so good. We had a fire with the hardwood out in the wilderness. He knows how to weed. I know how to do that too, and I knew how to see. He liked me, and I liked him about that because I come from the family that could do that. But really, it got to be October, and snow was starting to fall. And the thing is, in between that time, he found my cat. Anyway, I picked myself up, and I got the darn job. That I kind of knew I can re-get that job. I can go get it because I did such good work there. And the woman, without hesitation, hired me back again. And I ended up running the whole floor and getting paid $15 an hour, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week on that. Um, I was invaluable. The business closed down and switched hands while I was there, and I ended up being. See, I'm perfectly capable of like integrating and doing something, and I don't know why. I mean, I'm really reluctant to get out there. See, a good friend helped. My head is starting to hurt because I'm thinking too much. But see, I'm not supposed to do this. And my guys are telling me, you need to. Over the last 3 days with the Mars conjunct Neptune, did you get spiritually attacked or did you have your spiritual life intact? And I'm doing both. It's like, wait a minute, you don't know that